All right, I got you. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Champions League. Today we got a really good game for you guys. We have Twisted Isolation versus Most Hated. Two very big names, especially coming out with Most Hated here, as they were the previous champions, if I am not mistaken, of season two.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to see
Get
this
in my
game
party.
on.
Get in my
Yeah, what?
party.
Oh,
Join my party.
I'm joining. Okay, guys. As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted.
Yo, be quiet.
No, you're fine. Okay, so on Twisted Isolation, we have Dusky RL, Aprilla XR, and Cut. So this team is going to be relying pretty heavily on Dusky to show up here. With Dusky, their 258, their main star player, it's go big or go home for him today. So we're going to be very interested to see if he does that or not, and to see if Cut can kind of keep up the same pace, being the 195, being the low elo. Now, on Most Hated, on the other hand, we got Jimbo and Joseg, some pretty big names out there, with Jimbo being a 306. I'm very excited to see how these two play together, especially with Midnight in the mix at 142. That lower elo could possibly end up hurting them with the simple fact that the rotates might be off and that might throw them off. Like, I'm very interested to see how this team comes about because right now a lot of people are rating them very high in their ratings. I had them rated as number one because Jimbo is insane and Joseg is a very solid player. But Midnight's the wild card here, honestly. It depends if Midnight can keep the same pace as them to help keep the team in a pace and to keep them on a tempo to hopefully help the game overall. So I'm very excited to see how they do there. They're both very close in elo total. One's Twisted is 705 while Most Hated is 706. So yeah, we're just gonna have to see how these two teams play out today. Very excited for this game. Very excited to see what happens in this game. And yeah, no, I'm overall just super excited. Shadow, will you be joining me on the casting of the actual game?
Why are you asking me this question?
You don't have to if you don't want to. I just want to know so I know
No,
what I'm
I'm
doing.
doing it. I already
Okay,
told you
all
I was
right, I
doing
got
it.
this. So we're
But
going on for
welcome in,
kickoff here.
everybody. Welcome in. Oh no. Oh, okay. I thought this was about to open up really early. I mean, this is gonna be an interesting one. Most Hated are power ranked as a top team, while Twisted Isolation, I mean, Most Hated is agreed upon top 3, top 5 team. Twisted Isolation is an agreed upon bottom 5 team. I mean, this is early on in the preseason, so maybe it's the time to kind of catch Most Hated off guard before they really ramp up. But it's going to be interesting to see. But Dusky gets a nice reset, but it's just a little bit too slow for Jimbo. And as Jimbo does what he does best, air dribble across the pitch, is gonna score it. And this was the guy everyone was waiting to see. Aprilia just a bit slow getting up, but we saw the debut of Rob the other day against Lotus, in which he did amazing, and now we're seeing the debut of Jimbo. Obviously, when they're on these teams, they carry so much weight and have to perform. Do you think that really weighs on them, Blitz?
Um, I really do feel like there's a couple factors that can depend on if it does or doesn't. It really depends on their team and how their team is going to style around them. If they let these high elos do their thing, they let Jimbo, they let Rob do their thing and don't get in their way, I don't think that's a lot of weight because to them it's just like another ranked game. But if things get out of discombobulated and the players aren't playing right, I feel like that could be a lot of weight because then you start to get that pressure of like, how do I fix this? What can I do to be better for the team? And then you got to figure out like, am I the weak link? Are they the weak link? Like there's so many factors involved that I feel like at the end of the day, it really depends how the team plays with them.
Yeah, and right now, I mean, Most Hated are definitely playing as a team. The this is just so far full control for Most Hated. I mean, we've hardly seen the blue side of the pitch, and already they're up 2-0. Just a nice little backboard pass from Midnight drew the defense out. And for Twisted Isolation, I mean, you got to get going with this. This is one of our legacy teams, as you got to remember, this is the old Enigma team that rebranded under the captainship of Dusky. And Most Hated obviously have the banner of reigning champions, and I think they definitely have a really good roster to look to go back to back for the club. But I mean, it's early on in the season. A lot of things are still falling into place. And that right there is kind of what you need to do against these high salves, is you need to challenge really quickly and kind of shut them down early before they can get going. Because, I mean, Dusky and Jose are rated the same. Aprilia is not far off of Jose's rating, things like that. And Midnight is a lot lower, but when you just let Jimbo cut you apart like this, nothing's gonna go right for you, as Aprilia and just was too slow grabbing the corner boost.
Definitely, it was a great play by Jimbo there, and then to kind of expand on what you were saying earlier, something my teammate Oni, LAG all the way, by the way, something he said against these high elo teams is just early challenge them. As soon as they try to go up in the air, challenge them. And great goal by Dusky there, and also a really good demo to really equal it out there for him to get the nice, easy free net.
Yeah, and we finally see Twisted Isolation strike back, and it comes off the back of just operating as a team, and it's exactly what we want to see. Now, this definitely is quite the... It's quite the interesting team out of Dusky. We saw last season he wanted to go more with a balanced team composition with the 240, 240, 220. And this season, he's opted to go a different way. Okay. Jose, that should be automatic, but I guess he just wants to feed Jimbo the stats. But Zog, we have Blitz here on the desk. He didn't introduce himself in pregame, and Pax, here is your sign. But that's the thing, is it's definitely an interesting composition, as Cut was by far and away the lowest rated player in Champions League Season 2. And so it's definitely interesting to see Dusky giving him a chance here. I mean, maybe he's improved. We don't really know, but this is a roster that's going to be interesting, that's for sure. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my. It's just not going well if you are a fan of Twisted Isolation.
Definitely not. 5-1, just burying that hatchet. Jimbo, goal after goal. Stats are going to be through the roof if he keeps playing like this here.
Yeah, and...
Right,
oh my, that was almost another one. Jimbo going for the double, not going to get it off the ceiling though. But I mean, this is, I hate to say it, this is a Twisted Isolation team that is in what is rated as the best division in Champions League for Season 3. And it's going to be a tall task for them to really... I cannot compete in their division, let alone win, and this is definitely just not the start you want to see right out of the gate. I mean, Midnight is getting involved, and he's the lowest rated player on the roster, and just nothing is going right. I mean, Blitz, what do they really need to do to turn this around?
I think we need to see some more work on like their positioning and communication, because as I've been watching them, I've been seeing like a lot of double commits and just like a lot of missed opportunities as well. I feel like they could play really well if they glue together as like a team and they actually start to like, you know, play each other's crosses, play for passes, stop double committing things. Like Cut there, almost a great shot, but yeah, I just like to see more communication out of them. I feel like I don't feel like they're communicating properly enough here. And do we have an own goal? No, we do not.
Yeah, but Jimbo takes off Dusky. No final offensive opportunities. Maybe Aprilia can get this net word, but it's just
Maybe a
Jimbo there
Brazil.
for the ball.
Maybe a
They're
Brazil.
definitely looking for it.
Maybe
Sidewall.
a Brazil.
No Brazil.
Oh,
They would
A
have had
for
to get
effort.
a really tough angle. But, I mean, I cannot say I'm surprised here. I'm going to be honest with you, Blitz.
I, nope.
This is, I mean, maybe we didn't expect it to be this dominant of fashion. You know, almost 1,000 points out of Jimbo with 5 goals and 3 saves. But I'd even say like yes, you saw in the background there was the really mechanical goal from Jimbo, but I wouldn't necessarily say this was even Jimbo just like it like this is not putting Jimbo down, but he didn't beat them here because he's just that much more skilled. I mean, he literally got open net after open net and just I mean, outsped them, yes, but also the defense was playing really slow. Like you just saw there in the replay, Aprilia just grabbing the corner boost and wasn't ever really ready for Jimbo to be back on the ball. And I think it's just a matter of giving him way too much space.
I definitely agree with that. There wasn't a lot of mechanical out of that, and there wasn't anything, what people are hyping him up to be. But I don't think that's because he's bad. I think it's just simply because he doesn't have to. I mean, he's just being hand fed, spoon fed these goals, and he just takes them. It doesn't have to be fancy, so it really shows the weakness in Twisted Isolation. And so I hope either now or after this game, they see this and they go, they VOD review, they do what they need to do, and they figure out their issues. Because if they're gonna want to get far in this, they're gonna want to figure this stuff out.
Yeah, and that was almost a beautiful reset out of Dusky, but the third
Good save
man
by
in
Jose.
Jose comes through, and Dusky tries to get this away from him on the sidewall, but here comes the follow-up, and it's just soared a little wide, maybe a little bit of a wind in DHF Stadium, but and for now it'll stay at 0-0, but already we're seeing a much better Twisted Isolation that is starting on the offensive and is really starting to lay down some damage here.
Very good pressure by Isolation here, just keeping that pressure, nailing shot after shot. Yeah, they're not getting goals, but it's causing the boost to be run out of their tanks, and it's just causing so many issues here for this most hated team to even get it out of their half right now, which is really surprising. But this is exactly what they need. They need to keep playing this aggressive game play and keep this pressure on. If they can keep doing that, they could definitely win this game here.
Yeah, and hopefully we see that bounce back out of Twisted Isolation go further than just some offensive pressure, but it unfortunately didn't result in a goal after all of that. And I mean, this is a team that you can expect to have some good offense. I mean, Dusky and Aprilia have some really good mechanics to them, and so well, actually, all three of these players are very mechanical, but there's nothing mechanics can do when you're taken off the pitch, and Jimbo walks away with the freebie.
There's a great shot there by Jimbo. Great placement to make sure it's out of reach of Dusky there. That demo really just screwed him over, and there's not a lot you can do about that other than go back on this pitch and attack him with renewed vigor here.
Yeah, and as Jose just clears this down, Midnight looking for a shot, not going to be able to find it. But, I mean, after that first minute where we were saying Twisted Isolation looks so much better, they find themselves on the back foot yet again. And I was going to say, those are the moments you need to take advantage of. When Jimbo misses and you can get a 2v2 with Jose and Midnight. But then you just immediately had the ball taken off of you. And so they really need to capitalize on those opportunities where they find most hated out of position.
Definitely here, and that was a really good pinch coming out of Jimbo. Jose trying to put the shot on net, but Cut saving it there. I'm just thinking, honestly, that Twisted Isolation just isn't playing with confidence right now. As Jimbo gets yet another goal put into the back of the net with an own goal coming out of Cut here, which is really unfortunate. But yeah, I think it's a
Jimbo did miss
confidence
that.
thing. Jimbo did miss
Yeah,
that, guys. It is confirmed that Jimbo can miss the goal.
yeah. I mean, credit to him. It's not the easiest of shots, but Cut said, "Hey,
No.
you deserve it." And then Dusky saves his own teammates' shots. And
Oh,
finally,
but Cut
Cut
puts it
will
up for
follow up and
90.
get a goal with his team off of a nice pass out from Dusky. But Twisted Isolation, I mean, you get within one, but the team save did not look good.
No, that was more luck than anything. Just how that played out, honestly. And good positioning there from Cut, honestly. Playing a really good third man. But no, they need to play more aggressive. They need to play more confident if they're going to want to beat this team here. As we see here, Aprilix trying to put it down. Midnight playing a good third man. Dusky on the read, passing it down to Cut. Cut gets a good cut onto the ball there. As now we have Jimbo just taking the ball again, doing his own little thing. Up the wall here, trying to get a 50 for the Doomsy and not able to quite get it. Cut going up for the ball, but it looks like Aprilix was already up. And we got Jose putting up to Dusky. Dusky's going to catch. It's now mid. Cut going up for the ball. Not quite able to make anything out of this quite yet. Oh, maybe not though. Nope. Knocked out of the way by Jimbo.
We are seeing a lot of whiffs here, and that's
Oh,
another whiff defensively, and we have a tie game. After plenty of whiffs from both the offense and the defense, Dusky's just gonna snipe it out of the corner, and Midnight had that, and then Jose just own goaled it. So both teams' second goals come off the back of own goals here, and maybe this is the opportunity for Twisted Isolation to take a game. I definitely love to see it as Jimbo puts a shot on, but the defense misses, and the low rank in Midnight comes through.
very good positioning there by Midnight, playing a great third man, playing opposite of the field, waiting for that ball to cross net so he could come in and capitalize, and that is exactly what Midnight did there. Great job with the low rank, just overall good plays. Very interesting though, because watching this, it seems like Most Hated was kind of fumbling a little bit without Jimbo. Every time Jimbo was out of the play is when the goals were scored, but Jimbo burying the hatchet even further with a great double tap coming out of him.
Yeah, and that's where just the speed of him being GC3 is so important. You see that Cut just has no shot at getting to that ball first. And I mean, like you said, it's definitely been, I mean, it's been a better game out of Twisted Isolation and a worse game out of Most Hated, but also, obviously, it's hard to replicate what happened in that first game. But they've definitely looked scattered at times, but they still just find themselves up here with good control of the game.
Jimbo is doing a lot of the heavy lifting, I will say. Nothing against the other two players, but at the end of the day, when you have a high rank, you're going to expect them to be doing the heavy lifting, and that is exactly what he's doing. And with no one able to match his speed on this other team, it is really hurting them. And I think that's going to be what's the main issue for a lot of the teams that are going to play against Most Hated and played against yours truly's team over there, Mr. Shadow, Mrs. Shadow.
Yeah,
You're both
the thing is just matching the GC3. I mean, it's not just about mechanics. It's also about that speed. Like if it's me on the ball or going for the ball, I may not make it in time. When it's Rob, when it's Jimbo, they're making it with spare time. Like that's the thing, and it can be hard to really judge the distance they can cover, especially for the kind of, I don't want to say that lower ranked isn't the right term, but for these players that are below Jimbo, like Dusky and Aprilia are good players by all means, but the problem is they're GC1s trying to keep up with the speed of a GC3, and that's where you can really just be caught off guard and be unprepared.
definitely. One thing that is always mentioned when people are talking about the high ranks of this game is the only difference 9 out of 10 times between low GC, high GC, between low C1 or low C and high C is the simple fact of speed. Who is faster, who plays more confidently, and that is the only difference. And it shows. It shows right here. So we need people like Midnight, or not Midnight. We need people like like Dusky to really stand up and like carry that weight against Jimbo, which is a hard task, but it's what you need.
Yeah, shout out Car Soccer Association, whoever it is on the official account right now, as this one gonna be sent downfield, race to the ball, and Dusky will win it. But the follow-up from Midnight is a sniper shot from the corner, and you can just see this most hated team firing on all cylinders as they look to complete the sweep. I figured it was you, Rob. Welcome in.
I will definitely say watching this here is very interesting. Midnight, that third man, but always great rotates, and I think that is what's really doing a lot of work for Most Hated. Is Midnight is keeping up with their team and playing to their speed, and that's really being a huge advantage because Midnight's playing a great job doing cleanup crew and getting good shots and getting good goals, giving that advantage to Most Hated, and I think that's also really hurting Twisted Isolation here.
Yeah, and I will say I'll give a nod to Cut as he has looked quite improved here in this series compared to the last time we saw him in Champions League. But it just hasn't been enough as Jimbo easily going to get the corner. I'm not quite sure what happened there defensively. Dusky was grabbing the corner boost and then didn't cut in enough. That's what happened, but Most Hated are just running away with this one.
Definitely here, burying the hatchet, looking to go for the sweep, which is gonna really hurt what little faith people were having in Twisted Isolation, and really strengthen what like absolute trust in top 5 people were putting Most Hated in. And that's what I really like about this preseason is it just shows people like hey, first of all it gives teams to be like, hey, you put us here, we're gonna show you why we belong here. And it also just gives you like a good way to scout these teams out. And as we got a Prix putting on a first goal here for Twist Isolation. But yeah, it shows like that. Lets you get an idea of what you're going to be seeing throughout the season.
Yeah, and I will say, Twisted Isolation have kept this competitive outside of the first game. There still is 3.5 minutes to go in this one, so plenty of time to turn this around, especially when everyone's whiffing the ball for Most Hated. Aprilia to the skies. We know this guy's got some mechanics as Dusky tries to go for the demo, but it's going to be shut down. Jimbo will not be halted with something like that. As he goes for the reset, he doesn't quite get the touch he wanted, but Jose does have a safe 50 into the corner, and now it's Cut with the follow-up, throwing it high, pass across to Dusky, and Dusky couldn't quite get the read on it, and now Twisted Isolation will just have to go back to the drawing board here offensively as Midnight runs into his own teammate, and that will stop the offensive counter-attack. But what I was going to say about this team as Cut goes through with the reset is Twisted Isolation is so mechanical. Their mechanical ceiling is probably one of the highest in the league. And so I think we're kind of seeing that on display as they are starting to really put the pressure on, but they just cannot break through.
No, definitely watching this. Twisted Isolation is doing a great job here. Especially shout out to Cuts, man, playing a great third, not letting that ball enter his half, and just like great team plays, great demo plays coming out of Prilla. We just need to see that like execution, that final blow, and they're just not quite getting it. All they need is one goal to tie this up and start swinging the momentum in their favor, but they need to do it now, because if they don't do it now, that time will be wasted and gone, and it'll be a 3-0 sweep.
Yeah, and now Jimbo to the skies gets the reset over one, and
What
he
a
can't
save!
quite go through the
Oh.
second. But Jose with the free follow-up will perfectly work out It was a nice save, but when it bounces like that, that's just too easy for the likes of Jose G.
Yeah,
As
watching this here, watching oh, my bad.
Yeah, go ahead.
Watching this gameplay here, we need to see more aggression come out of TI here, and we need to see them to actually finish up on that aggression. Because like you said, very mechanical. Ooh, good shot attempt here, but Jimbo ain't letting nothing slide past him as he keeps going down the field. Gets a good touch, almost the double. Josek trying to follow behind. Then we got Dusky taking up to the wall, trying to find his teammate in center. Aprilla's going to go up, but Jimbo there yet again to stop the play. And we got a miss coming out of cuts here, so Dusky's going to have to fall back, hits it to corner. Jimbo's going to take that back towards his corner, maybe get some boost on the way. Not able to quite get that spawn.
Yeah, and I mean, they're just 30 seconds away from completing the sweep. Welcome in, Fallen Realms, and good to see you here as well, coming over from from another league. We've got 2 league owners in here right now from Rocket Rivals and CSA. We've got a little preseason matchup, and I mean 3-0 is the expected result here, as it is a agreed upon top 5 team against an agreed upon bottom 5 team. But Twisted Isolation have one more look at this net, and they will cash in, so it puts them within 1, and they're definitely giving Most Hated a run for their money.
They're fighting tooth and nail to try to get this tied up here, so I'm very interested to see if they can pull this off. 6, 5 seconds, 4 seconds. It's on their half right now. They have no momentum, and it's going to touch the ground. Most Hated taking the 3-0 sweep with, again, Jimbo being MVP 3 times in a row on his team.
Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of, I mean, I hate to say it, this is kind of what we expected out of these 2 teams. I think Twisted Isolation can be a great team if they find their footing, but I mean, we gotta wait and see, as we're waiting to see if we're gonna get other people in. Well, if we're gonna get Most Hated in for the interview, we will have all 3 of them coming in. Most Hated, welcome in, guys. How are you feeling?
Pretty good. How about you?
We're doing good. I mean, you guys 3-0'd. Obviously a strong performance, and it was kind of what was expected out of this series, but I mean, did you guys expect Twisted Isolation to put up the kind of fight that they did?
Yeah, we
They
kind
were
of did,
pretty good.
yes.
They were putting some shots on. I mean, Cut had a really good shot in game 2, just unsavable, just not something I was expecting. But yeah, overall they had a lot better mechanics than I thought they would as a team, and they had good pressure, applied good pressure, and I think they did pretty good, personally.
Fair enough. Now obviously it is early on in the season, and you guys have such a different rank range coming in here. How do you guys make sure that you're really meshing well together?
We've been playing a whole lot before the series and before even today.
I think
Fair
our
enough.
comms are a pretty big important part in the whole process. Keeping comms up and staying focused, and I
Very
think
fair.
Midnight and Jose make it pretty easy for me to play off their touches and even their mistakes and even their good plays. So
Love
We
to hear
eh,
it. Go
yep.
ahead, Midnight. Midnight, your mic. I will say for the final question. Obviously, you guys are on Most Hated, the club that won the championship in season 2. Does that kind of put a little bit of pressure on you guys to kind of have that back-to-back for the banner, or is it just in the back of your mind one game at a time?
Not at
We're
all.
just waiting for the
We're
second
going back
chance.
to back, baby.
We're going back.
Love the
Fair
confidence.
enough. Yeah, I think that's all from us. Blitz, did you have any questions for them?
I did have a couple things. Number one, Midnight, I have to praise you a lot. You were definitely a very big variable in this game where people weren't sure how you were going to play. With these two higher ranks, they're usually much faster, but man, you were just on top of it. You were playing an excellent third man, cleaning up goals. You did a great job. Like, what did you do to, like, make that a reality, to be able to, like, follow up with the likes of Jimbo and Jose?
I knew due to the fact I'm lowly rated, I'm gonna have to be playing a whole lot more third man, so I kind of just started practicing that in my own threes game with my ranks, and it paid off really well.
That's actually a very interesting strategy, but it obviously worked because again, you did a great job playing that third man and just like cleaning up shots, good rotates, good speed, and yeah. So, what is your guys' next game? I'm very excited to see who you guys play next.
I
Next
think we
game
play
have
Space Station.
Spacebound Cowboys.
Yeah, Spacebound.
They're a
Station,
good team. As somebody
you're
who
playing a top team in NA.
I say
Better
as a
play
team,
Nez.
Good. That we need the challenge.
I say as a team that I just played tooth and nail for, making it a 3-2, like esports better. Anyways, but yeah, no, they're a very great team, so I think they'll definitely give you a run for your money, and I'll be very excited to watch that because yeah, you guys are on Leg's hit list right now. We're watching you very closely.
Good, you're
I
gonna
think
need it.
you guys are on everyone's hit list. being
You're on
power rank
everyone's
top
hit list,
5.
man. You
Good.
guys are a team that is feared by a lot of people. A lot
Yeah.
of people fear your team.
From what I've been
As they
seeing since I'm part of ranking committee, so many people have us within the top 3.
Yes, that is. I
That's
put
kind
you
of
at number
agreed
one
upon.
above us. So
Top
like,
3,
yeah.
and we're not 2 or 3.
Top
And
3.
we're
Put
not
words.
2 or 3. So you could just say you're first. Like, come on, guys.
We're going back to back. We're making most hated having a second championship underneath our belt.
Yes.
Well, I will
The
say, you
confidence I
guys are
like to
going to
see.
have some pretty big roadblocks to go against. Spacebound Cowboys is a very good team. So is Reapers. Reapers is going to be a very good team that you're going to have to watch out for. So don't be too cocky yet because it is only game 1 of the preseason.
I already was
And
watching
lag.
them pretty closely. I know what they need to do. I know what they do. I know what to do.
Hey, man,
Fair
well,
enough.
we're very excited to see what you guys come up with this season and see if you guys do make it first or if you do hit one of those roadblocks.
Yeah, but
It's
that's
just
gonna be all
preseason.
the time. It's just preseason. That is true.
It's
Still a lot of
it's
time
just
for teams.
preseason. We're probably gonna experiment a whole lot more but this is probably the first look at main roster per chance. But there's also a solid chance that there can be changes.
Fair
Well, we'll be
enough,
watching.
but guys,
We'll be watching.
yeah, we will be watching. But guys, that's all the time we have here. Thank you so much for joining us here on the desk. Congratulations to you guys on your win, and good luck next week. We'll see you guys next time.
You guys have a solid rest of your day.
You're-
Take
Thank
care.
you.
That was the side of most hated, and I mean, looking at this lineup for the week, a lot of decisive results. I mean, Lotus versus Reapers was close between the games, and this one was close between the games too. But yeah, guys, just an update on some of the matches upcoming. Unfortunately, the Sunday games will probably not be getting streamed, but we do have Hydra versus Big Dub Gaming, Galactic versus Infinity Creative. Those are on Sunday, as well as HSA versus Metal Turtles. That should be streamed on the HSA channel, so we will keep you guys updated with those games, and we're waiting on a couple of others to come in. LSV versus Thunderbolts should happen late Saturday night. 1NE versus Zave, I am unsure, but everyone, we love and appreciate each and every one of you guys for coming out here at Champions League. We're going to be rating
much.
out to Chenzo, who very kindly did the stream last night
W
for
Tenzo.
SBC versus Lag. So we will be sending you all over there. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us here at Champions League. Make sure to join the Discord if you're not already in it. You can get involved. You can get to see when matches are, and who knows, maybe you are next up in the league. You're gonna have to go sign up to find out. But ladies and gentlemen, that is all for now. We hope you take care and have a great night. And we should see you guys tomorrow for the late night LSV versus Thunderbolts. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.